tell a story, and I'm talking way the fuck out of school. This motherfucker, Sky Daniels, I thought he was my friend. He leaned on me again and again and again to listen to his motherfucking station. I don't give a fuck. And then he said he was going to come here and challenge me. Who the fuck are you? What have I ever done? I don't work for you. I'm not paid for you by you. Okay? The bottom line is, if you have a phenomenal station, I will hear about it from other people. And I have to hear about it from other people. So far, I've heard about it from one person. Things start very slowly, okay? What you want me to do is write about it to get you a ticket to a train somewhere. Doesn't work that way. You have to do it yourself. So your station has to be unbelievably good. You have another problem. Look at the age of the people in this audience. Okay? This is MTV. Everyone hates MTV, but one thing was smart. If you watch MTV, they would always kill the programming to go to the next generation. I don't know if you people are planning to follow your people to the grave, but it's like, hey, the younger people listen in a completely different way. Sky said, hey, you listen to The Loft on XM. And Mike Marone's a friend of mine. I never put on The Loft and leave it on. Never, ever. Okay? There's 150 stations on the satellite. I listen to a lot of satellite radio. I'm pushing the button all the fucking time. You tell me, hey, listen to your station for a couple hours. Never gonna happen. I don't do that. Now, forgetting me as an individual, okay, these are the challenges you have. We talked a lot. You have a very supportive audience. And certainly at WXPN, talking to the general manager here, Roger, it's like, hey, there's doing a lot of things to feedback, to give back to the customers, okay? But the problem is, how do we get new people and where do we go? First and foremost, if you're programming the radio, I think the worst hit to shit ratio you have is got to be 80%. I mean, literally, people are going to tune out immediately for all the people who are really big fans. So the challenge of radio in general is we have an audience who never grew up on good radio. We all remember great radio. All across America, there were great FM stations, okay? Kids today under the age of 20 never grew up with that. It's like people in this room are going to testify about CDs. People under the age of 20, they don't care. Apple's going to come out with new computers. It looks like about a month. You know how they don't really tell them in advance. No CD drive, none. Okay? Keep that in mind. So you have to say, how can I engage a younger audience? This is something that's affecting radio across the board. If you talk about commercial radio, the game now, if you follow this about 25 years ago, the stations were so valuable. Now you say, how can commercial radio, it's 22 to 25 minutes of commercials per hour. They know. They're planning to run it into the ground, lock the door, throw away the key at the end. They're not building for a future. They're not sure there is a future. So, we were talking at length about NPR music, and I think they're talking World Cafe. I don't see why World Cafe can't be on Spotify. These acts can't get arrested anyway. The old days of saying, hey, I can't get the rights. I think people will get, and as time goes by, they will give more rights. So what a radio station becomes, it has to both be hyper-local, which we were talking about last night, because that's a hard thing. The only person who's hyper-local is Patch on AOL, if you know what I'm talking about. It's real amateurs. Even, in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Times, no one subscribes anymore. There's no fucking news. I mean, you want to get your news online. So that's one thing a radio station can do. The other thing a radio station can do, if it's music, is you have to be the filter. The number one problem people have today is they don't know what to listen to. They want to know what to listen to. So we have the techies trying to get rich, i.e. Pandora, okay? I don't know about you. Have you tried Pandora? The number of tune-outs are unbelievable. Okay, this is the right audience for this. I'm a big Jackson Browne fan. Put in Jackson Browne, it played Journey. If you're a Jackson Browne fan, you hate Journey. That's what the algorithms will say, okay? So these people are not really your competition. So if you can come up with exactly what to listen to, be the filter, whoever comes up with that idea online is going to win. I don't know whether it's a radio station, it's ultimately a website. That, as I say, hyper-local and being the trusted filter are the future of radio. The concept of sitting there and listening all day long, unless you're Howard Stern, and he's the only person I know, maybe there's a couple of right-wingers, Rush Limbaugh, I don't think people under the age, certainly of 35, listen to the radio. But